Technologies. I'm Collins from SEGi Technologies, and today we'll be answering some few questions about foreigners, internationals who wants to come to Malaysia to study. If you are coming to Malaysia to study as an international, especially from Africa, or most especially from Nigeria, or any part of the world, Europe, US, Canada, and Australia, or anywhere you're coming to study in Malaysia, there are some few things that you need to understand, you need to consider before you start coming to Malaysia. So Malaysia is a very beautiful country, so we'll be answering about 10 questions today, 10 top things that you need to understand about Malaysia before you start coming to Malaysia. So in Malaysia they have a lot of local and international universities, private and public universities and colleges. So which one would be your choice? That is left for you. So we'll be telling you about 10 things that you need to know before you start coming to Malaysia. So we have a few questions here. The number one question is how do I apply for visa, for student visa to come to Malaysia? Alright, if you are coming from Africa, I think Malaysia would have their high commission at your country. So especially Nigerians, Malaysia has a high commission at Abuja, at Maitama there. So you can prepare your, if you are coming from Nigeria or West African countries, you can prepare your WAEC certificate, West African Examination Council certificate. So with that, you can apply on any of the university's website that you choose. They have some few international universities and local universities that are also partnering with international universities. They have universities like SEGi University, Taylor's University, Lincoln Quay, and Tottenham University, and KDU, and several of them. So it depends on the one you choose. So with your A-level, you can use to apply in your university of choice for admission. So if they're able to offer you admission with the requirements, they will send you a voucher letter, which is visa approval letter. They will waive it from Malaysia to your country. Then with that voucher letter and that is your invitation letter, you will use it, you will take it to the High Commission, Malaysian High Commission in your country, and apply for visa with your international passport and some other requirements. So with that, you can be able to get approval for visa to travel to Malaysia to study. So that is it. Then the second question is what are the suggestive universities that you can study in, you can enroll in Malaysia? There are quite a few of them. Like I am studying in SEGi University, Kota Damansara, Malaysia, and they have universities like Taylor's and Lincoln Quay and KDU and Tottenham and UTM and University Malaya. So they have so many universities. So it would be more preferable if you go into their website or you search online. You will see some list of universities. That you go into their website and browse through their histories and their information. You know what programs they offer and what is your choice. Then you can choose from there. From there you can start your application. Then the next question is, what is the cost of living in Malaysia? Well, Malaysia is not really cost. Malaysia is somehow cheap and cost at the same time, depending on your budget. So if you're coming to Malaysia as an international student, there are a lot of strategies that you can put in place that can help you to manage yourself very well in Malaysia. Malaysia is not really cost. Things are to be considered cheap, if I may say. So like feeding, you can consume about 500 to 1,000 ringgit in a month. So depending on your budget. Then rentals, you can also spend about 500 to 700 in a month and beyond that, depending on your budget. So, and transportation, we'll come to that later. So that is it for the cost of living. So the next question is, what type of people live in Malaysia? Well, Malaysia is a very diversified country with three major ethnic groups, namely the Malays, the Chinese, and the Indians. So, if you are coming to Malaysia, these people are the common people you will meet everywhere you go. So, the Malays are mainly Muslims, then the Chinese, some of them are Christians, some of them are non-religious, some of them are Buddhist, yeah, and stuff like that. Then the Indians are the Tamils, so some of them are Hindus, and some other religions they have. So those are the three major ethnic groups that you will see in Malaysia. They are the main owners of Malaysia. So that is it for that one. Then the next question is, are there beautiful places to see in Malaysia? Yes, of course. There are quite a lot of beautiful places you can visit in Malaysia. They have a lot of islands that you can visit, beachside. During your break period, you can visit and enjoy the sightseeing there. And some tourism centers, you can visit their Twin Tower, which is one of the famous places, the Malaysian landmark, one of the famous places in Malaysia. There are a lot of malls here, a lot of restaurants for you to eat food, and if you like to eat outside, there are a lot of prominent places that you can visit in Malaysia. It's quite a beautiful country as it is, so no doubt you enjoy it. So the next one is there adequate security in Malaysia? Well, Malaysia is not really having that. Their issue in security is not really stable, and is not really bad. So depends on your activities. So if you are the type that stays on your own and does your business without having any conflict with anybody, then you wouldn't have any security issues. But if you are the type that like making troubles all around, then your life may be in danger. So I suggest if you're coming to Malaysia, you would like to stick to what you have come here to do and execute your objectives successfully without having any irregularities. So that is it. Then the next one is, what about transportation? Okay, transportation in Malaysia is not really costly. It's I can say it's cheap. So like if you want to travel, they have buses, train stations, and some taxis and grab cars and stuff like that. So if you want to travel around the city, it's very, very cheap for you to use bus or train. The train stations cut across the city, so it's cut across the main places that you would like to visit. So if you use the train or the bus, it's very cheap. Like I think 5 to 10 kilometers is about 1 ringgit. So it's not really costly. So you wouldn't have to spend more unless you want to drive a car. They also have people that rent out cars. So if you have the budget, you can rent out for a day, for an hour, and for a week and stuff like that, and drive if you have the budget. So it all depends on your budget. Then we move on to the next question. Are there good girls for serious relationship? Well, that is the question we got, but not really bad, not really good. So depend your personality also. So if you are the type that knows how to talk to girls and knows how to relate with girls, you can meet a good girl for a relationship. So that is your own business. So the ninth question is there job for internationals, students or graduates coming to Malaysia? So if you are coming to Malaysia as an undergraduate, so there is no job for you, because in Malaysian immigration laws, your visa does not permit you to work in Malaysia. So you don't have to expect any job here in Malaysia. But some students come here and they do some petty jobs like serving in the restaurant and stuff like that to earn some little money. Yeah, I think you can do it, but legally it's not approved for you to work as a student in Malaysia. And then again, if you are coming to Malaysia as a graduate and you are hoping that you work in Malaysia, you will get a job in Malaysia, I think it's well, it's 50-50, but probably it's going to be very hard for you to get a job as an international in Malaysia. unless you're an expat and you apply from your country and get the job, then you can come straight by the company's invitation. But if you are a graduate in your country and wants to come to Malaysia to work with your country's certificate, I think it's going to be a little bit hard for you, because they are very, very conservative people. So they want to offer jobs to their people first before they offer to you. So it is more easier for you to, if you are a graduate in Malaysia, it is more easier for you to get a job than someone that comes from outside. So that is it. And the last question is, what language is spoken in Malaysia? Well, Malaysia has a diversified culture, the Chinese, the Indians, and the Malays, but the official language of Malaysia is Malay, and the second language is English. So in Malaysia, most of the things in the train stations, bus stations, the airport, and some other public and rural areas, they write things in Malay language. So they write it in Malay language and they also translate it in English. So, but some places they purely write it in Malay language. But in the universities and international related places, they teach in English. Yeah, because they have international, so they teach in English. All their offers are in English, so you don't have to worry about that. But you can also choose to learn Malay. It would be an added advantage for you if you learn Malay or any of the Malaysian language. So that is it from us today from SEGi Technologies, and we hope you enjoyed the video. If you have anything that you want to hear from us, any question you want to ask us about Malaysia, whether you are living in Malaysia already or you are about to come or you are preparing or planning to come to Malaysia, you can leave the comments down below and tell us what video you would like to see next. Then we will be glad to provide you with that video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you like it.